Alright guys, so here's your practice video on understanding dotted quarter rhythms. So what we have here is we have our rhythmic cells, numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. So number 1 is just the dotted quarter, eighth, followed by two quarter notes. Okay? And we can see to the right of that, these are the eighth notes, and I accented them out where the beats land, okay? And so the way I was taught was that I bunch up three eighth notes together in the time that I would do a dotted quarter, okay? So when I count out the dot, like throughout this video, when I'm counting for a dotted quarter, you're going to notice that I'm completely subdividing it by saying all the eighth notes. So I will say 1 and 2 and, okay? But I won't clap on 1 and 2 and. I would go 1 and 2 and, okay? Because that is the rhythm here. So if you just practice that a bunch of times, just go 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. Last time. 1 and 2 and. What that is that's giving you the dotted quarter eighth rhythm. And this video is just a practice video, and it's for you to just jump right into practice. So I'll upload this to YouTube, and I'm gonna put a timestamp in the bottom so that every other time that you want to come to this video, I can just start it right at where the practice begins, and you don't have to listen to me blab at all. Okay, so just to finish explaining this is that we call this rhythmic cell 1, 2, 3, and 4, and these are just a couple possibilities that you can see with the dotted quarter eighth thing happening, different positions that it can be in. These are not all of the possibilities, but these are the four that we're going to go over right now because you need to be able to digest things. So here we go. We're going to do cell number 1. We're going to do it over and over again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 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 3, 4. All right. So here comes number 2, where it has the two. The only difference between 1 and 2 is we are shifting over where the dotted quarter eighth rhythm is, right? So that's in the back end of the measure, and so we're just going to have the two quarter notes in the beginning. So here's rhythmic cell number 2. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. You can't see it, but I'm tapping my foot, and that helps me a lot because I know that the and has to be when my foot is not hitting the ground. And I know that the 1, 2, and 3 happen when my foot is hitting the ground. So that's a little something that I like to do. So those two should have been pretty easy because in the beginning we're trying to get the groove of the 1 and 2 and all we're doing is we're putting quarter notes around it. Okay, so now for number 3, what we're doing is you can compare number 1 and number 3, and you'll realize that the only thing that we did there is we reversed where the eighth note and the dotted quarter were, right? So if you took it through the subdivisions of the eighth notes, instead of being 1 and 2 and it being 1 and 2 and, right? Now what we have is 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, right? So this could feel a lot like just a pair of eighth notes followed by a tied in quarter note, right? So actually, let me write that for you so you can see that. This number 3 is gonna feel a lot like this, because I know number 3 can look scary when you see the first eighth note alone like that. Looks a little terrifying, but it would feel kind of like this. And when I say kind of like this, I mean exactly like this. This is a rhythm we all should be able to perform, right? We can all go 1 and 2, 3, 4, right? We can all do that. 1 and 2, 3, 4. But now all we're going to do is we're going to tie this in. Okay? So now we have 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. That's exactly what's happening right here. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. Sorry, the camera just focuses on my finger. Okay. So, again, let's do number 3. 1, 2, number 3, go. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. Okay? So now, if we go down to number 4, rhythmic cell number 4, and we compare number 4 to number 3, we'll realize that we just shifted it over, okay? So if you wanted to see this in that form, all it is we keep our 1, 2 the same, 1, 2, and now we have 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A lot of times in elementary school, this is used as a call, you know, to get everyone to quiet down. You'll hear. I don't know who the heck invented that, but they did that at my elementary school, and I don't know if that's like a thing or not. But anyway, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry for the PTSD. Okay, so here we go. All we're going to do here is we're going to take this and we're going to tie it in. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, and you'll notice that on that and when I'm holding it through, I mean, you won't notice it, but on that and when we're holding it through, if we keep tapping our foot, we'll know where 4 is, so then we know where the next 1 is. Okay, so this one, it's going to feel a little open-ended when we don't have a measure behind it. But here we go. Again, number 4. 1, 2. This is number 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. Okay. So now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to practice both of these back and forth. Okay. So, I mean, all of these back and forth, as opposed to just doing them straight through. So this is where the real practice is going to start. Okay, so I'll timestamp it right here. What we're going to do is we're going to go 4 times through number 1. Okay, then we're going to go 4 times through number 2. All right, and this is so we can really drill in the dotted quarter 8th rhythm. So here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 Cool. Here's number 2. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And. Sorry, I had to like. Felt like I had to burp during that. Okay, so let's do number 3 and number 4. Okay, so we're gonna go 4 times through. Here we go. Number 3. 1, 2. Here we go. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. I think that was 4 times. All right, here we go. Number 4. 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. All right. So now we're going to practice going back and forth between a couple of them. So let's go back and forth between 1 and 2 now. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And. Okay, so I know we're going a little fast here, but this is the practice session. And if you need to slow this down, YouTube has that function. Okay. So now let's try the same thing between number 3 and number 4. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and. Okay. Now, what we've been doing is we've been keeping the dotted quarter eighth and the eighth dotted quarter. We've been keeping them separate. That's why I've been doing number 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4. And then we did that like this. So now we're going to try to cross them, okay? So now let's do 1, then 3. So we're going to go 1, then number 3. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4. Very nice. Okay, and now let's not mix it up too much, right? So let's do number 2 and 3. So here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 3, 4. So that one was kind of interesting because like the quote juicy parts were back to back, right? Because it was the end of this one, the beginning of this one. So that one was kind of fun. Okay. So we did 1 and 3, we did 2 and 3. Let's try doing how about 1 and 4? Okay. So here we go, 1 and 4. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and. All right. So we did 2 and 3, we did 1 and 4. Let's do 2 and 4 now. Okay. Here we go. 2 and 4. 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and. Cool. I really hope that all of these are coming out because as I'm clapping them, I'm completely zoning out. Okay, so something that we can do, and you can do this for yourself, which could be fun, is that we're going to try to mix it up a little bit. So first let's just go all the way down the line, okay? So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and. Okay? So you could do that a bunch of times going down, okay? And then now try to challenge yourself a little bit, and maybe you can do like 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1. I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember that, but we're going to do our best here. So we're going to try 1, then 3, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 1. So 1, then 3, 2, then 3, 4, 1. Let's try it. 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 3, 4. I hope I just did that in the order that I said I did. Yeah, so you can kind of challenge yourself by doing different patterns like that. Okay, so but if you're too lazy and you just want to watch this video and clap along with me in this video, you can do that. You can totally do that, and you can do that as many times as you need to, because virtual learning is awesome. Kind of. All right, anyway, see you guys.